Yo, how you in your body like that? How you in your bed like that?
Yo, we on our way. You cannot stop the wave. Never know not today. Blessing like on delay. I was wildin' in my past, missing you every day. And that's why I'm dipping sauce. Shout out to Chick-fil-A. It's the God in me, no hating that. He promised this, we'll take it back. Either gotta bounce back. Because of him, I never lie. No, you take the show and shout with me. Mary told you it's the God in me. This is the reason that I walk it like that. Talking like that, not a flex, it's a fast. Keep blessing me, only 10% I give it back. And the rest I gotta stack, not a flex, it's a fact.
Yeah, how you in your back like that? How you loving Jesus full of sweat like that? Blessing, I can't count on, ain't no math like that. Like that,
Why you in your bed like that?
It's a gold world, I said, bro. Now you so great, everything is acting low. So saucy, here's a reason why I smile. When I get to heaven one day, I'll wear a crown. So please don't hate on me, I won't hate on you, yeah. Smiling at a hater, what would Jesus do, yeah? I'm a heir to the throne, got nothing to prove. It's not about the fame, just wanna be you.
This is the reason that I walk it like that. I was talking like that, not a flex, it's a fast. Keep blessing me, only 10% I give it back. And the rest I gotta stack, not a flex, it's a fact.
Yeah, how you on your back like that? How you loving Jesus full of sweat like that? How you bouncing back like that? Blessing, I can't count on, ain't no math like that. Like that.
Why you in your bed like that? I wanna show the world the reason why I've changed.
And how your love and never fades, it stays the same.
Cause your light shines like the morning sun. It's a brand new day, look what we become. We give them Jesus when they ask us questions like,
yeah, how you in your back like that? How you loving Jesus full of sweat like that? How you bouncing back like that? Blessing, I can't count on, ain't no math like that.
Why you in your bed like that? Like that, like that. Like
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Wired. Hope you all are well. It is a great day to be in the house of the Lord this morning. Hope y'all are well. Just take a few seconds to share our live. Y'all know what we do, whether you're on Instagram or on YouTube. Take a minute to share with somebody, wake them up, let them know we're here for church this morning. And we're going to have a great, great day. I'm super excited about what we're about to do. Good morning, Ruth. What's up? I'm super excited about what we're going to do today. We are in another week of our Victory in My Fitness June theme, and I'm very excited about who our special guest is today and what's going to happen for service. But before we do that, let's go ahead and pray. We'll share our declarations, get some announcements, and then y'all know what it is. All right, let's pray. God, we thank you so much for this day. Thank you for yet another opportunity to come together in a creative, in a cool way that might be able to better help us understand what your word says about our body and about fitness and nutrition and ways that we can better our lives. God, you want us to have a life that is abundant and that is well and that is whole and that lives freely in you, able to use all of our faculties and be able to be used by you in all ways that you've created us. So God, I pray that we would realize that starts with our spirit, God. It is our soul, and it also finishes with our body. And so, Lord, I just pray that we would take an active interest in our health, that we would take an active interest in our fitness and in eating well and having good nutrition, that we might be able to continue to experience the blessings you have for us, continue to serve you in a way that you've called us to, and be able to be a blessing to other people. So God, we thank you. Thank you so much for our special guest, Preston, today. And I just pray that you be glorified in all that we do. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Good morning, Maddie. I just want to say for everybody who came out yesterday for our 2021 graduation ceremony, y'all, can we just give the graduates some claps, some emojis? Just want to celebrate all of our class of 2021 seniors to let them know that we love them and we are proud of them. We will have some footage and some photos that we'll be posting this week on the Instagram page. Malik did a wonderful job speaking on behalf of the high school graduates, and we're just so proud of you. Shout out to each and every person who graduated this year, and we're grateful to be able to have wonderful teens like y'all. Before we get too far into our service, let's go ahead and share our 2021 declarations. That's something that we do here to coincide with our church theme for the year. And you'll find that out if you don't know it in our declarations. And this is an opportunity for us to make statements of faith and to align with these statements of faith, and we might be able to live those out and watch the Lord do wonderful things in our lives in relationship to what he's led us to do through Pastor Lee. So y'all know what to do. Get your declarations out in your emojis. Drop them below so we can share them together. Drop them below so we can share our emojis together. I see y'all this morning. As soon as y'all are ready, we'll do it together. All right, I see Maddie dropped hers, so we're going to move forward like that. All right. Our 2021 church theme, 2021 will be the year of discovery, recovery, and victory. I will discover my master, my mission, my ministry, and my mate. I will recover from people, problems, the pain, and the past, and I will see victory in my finances, in my fitness, in my faith, and in my family. These are my declarations for the year 2021. Hallelujah and amen. Again, I want to make sure that you guys are sharing your declarations with family members, that you're reading them on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, whether it's on your lock screen, whether it's something that you send around to friends, whether it's in a group chat. I want you to keep these things before you. I believe that God has already done wonderful things as it relates to our discovery, recovery, and victory, not only for this year, but for the future and for months and weeks to come. And so I want you guys to continue to keep this before you. And in a few weeks, actually, probably next month, when we reach the halfway mark of the year, we're going to do a theme check-in and just kind of have an opportunity to testify and share what God has done thus far in our lives this year, specifically in accordance with our church theme. So thank y'all for doing that this morning. Just some announcements. Y'all know Bible study is on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. What we're going to do for the rest of the month is on Sundays, we're going to address victory in my fitness, specifically physical fitness, like our bodily fitness. And then on Tuesdays, we're going to address victory in my fitness spiritually, like our spiritual fitness, because we kind of learned last week, but I want us to continue to reinforce that your body will only be as good as your spirit and soul, in that there's going to be a certain point where you have to have something greater and something deeper pushing you to have good nutrition, to have good health, to be fit, whether that's passion, whether that's family, whether that's drive, whether that's faith, whether that's a growing relationship with God. Like, there's going to have to be something greater to push you when your body doesn't feel like it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our physical on Sundays and focus on our spiritual on Tuesdays. And I want y'all to be there for that. Be on the lookout for takeover announcements. That's going to happen by the end of the month, right? The end of June, the last Sunday in June, we'll be announcing our takeover dates and our takeover theme and what you can expect. It will be on a weekend. So we're planning it for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So don't be concerned about school or when it's going to happen, etc. Y'all know I'm getting married. So straight up, it won't be in July. It will be in August, but don't fret. We're going to have an awesome, awesome time. Some guests. We're going to have a new and creative way to teach and to have classes. And we're just going to continue to evolve with this kind of pandemic conference model. So stay with us. Trust me, trust God, and we're going to do this thing together. All right. Those should be all of the announcements. Those should be all of the announcements. Again, congratulations to our 2021 graduates. And that's it. Y'all know where to find me if you need anything, if you have any questions. Just let me know. All right. Without further ado, we're gonna move forward into our introduction of our wonderful, wonderful guest today. Y'all, this is literally, he's become like family to me in my head, at least. This is my personal trainer. His name is Preston Randolph. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person and a great, great trainer. I've been working with Preston since January. I decided to get my fitness and get my life together, and he's just been so patient and so kind in his journey with me. He is the CEO and founder of Hercules Fitness, and that is his business and his brand that he's continuing to build and evolve. Yeah, he just moved to Atlanta less than a year ago, and I feel like he's already growing and connecting and making a network here in the city. He is my Neo, Deanna's boyfriend, and so they are affectionately my family. And I'm just so grateful to have worked with him and all the wonderful progress that we've seen by just listening to what the man says and trying to follow instructions as best I can and just showing up. So y'all always know that I will never teach, preach, or say anything to you that I have not worked on and working through or I'm willing to work through. And so what better way for us to talk about victory in my fitness than to bring my own personal trainer and fitness expert, Mr. Preston Randolph. So I'll let him introduce himself a little bit more. And we are just going to talk today. This is going to be a part 1 of a part 2 series. And next week, we'll announce it again at the end, but next week, Preston is going to come back with us and he's going to do a fitness demonstration. So we'll post about it, but I want you guys to have your fitness gear, your basketball shorts, your yoga pants, your spandex, your t-shirts, whatever you have, and you'll be kind of following along with us virtually. I will come ready next week and we're going to do a fitness demonstration to give us some tools and some resources for fitness on an introductory level. And today we're going to start by talking about nutrition because what I found, and I hope you find today, is that you can work out in the gym all you want, but if you're eating bad, you're only going to get bust so far. So y'all, if y'all can welcome, please welcome, y'all know how to treat guests. Please welcome my dear, 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 dear personal trainer, Preston Randolph, to the space, y'all. We're so excited to have him. Celebrate him in the comments. Let him know that y'all here. Be an opportunity for you guys to ask questions and to just drop things in the comments. Y'all know what to do. Be interactive. Show Preston that we know how to receive guests. And I'm looking forward to what's going to happen today. Preston, welcome.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for all the sentiments as well. Definitely feel like family.
For sure.
So a little bit about me. My full name is Lemuel Preston Randolph II, named after my father. Got into fitness pretty much since I started playing sports, which was when I was about 5 years old. Started playing lacrosse first, and then football, wrestling, soccer, pretty much did everything. Did every single sport, including swimming. But I stuck with wrestling and lacrosse, took it that to the collegiate level. Right now, I do work as a personal trainer at Crunch Fitness in Atlanta in the Shanby location. And I also run and operate my own personal training business in the morning from about 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Do my own stuff. Sooner or later, hoping to go full time on my own. But until then, I got to grow. Got to grow incrementally. Can't grow too quick because then you hurt yourself. And that's also evident in fitness as well. But now a little bit about kind of why I started the brand. So I started the brand because I have not a lot, but some health conditions that have caused me to be a lot more aware of what I'm putting into my body. So I got diagnosed with high blood pressure at 19 years old. Y'all are in high school, right? High school? Yeah, high school age. So yeah, some of y'all
middle school and high school, yeah.
Middle school, high school? So yeah, some of y'all close to that age. So I got diagnosed at a very young age. Like I'm talking, people that get diagnosed with high blood pressure are usually like in their 40s, like 50s. And I was 19. It's just genetics. It just kind of happened that way. But that's what really made me kind of focus on my body, my health, and my mind. Because at the end of the day, that's what you have. And when you go on to heaven, that's what you leave here. So really want to make sure that I put the right things in my body to help me live a proper and healthy life, because blood pressure, it in and of itself doesn't cause, health problems, stuff like that, but it leads to other health conditions that are very detrimental, very serious when you let them get too out of control. And that's kind of how I got into it. Also helping my family out, grandparents, dad, mom, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, anybody who needs help, I was helping them. And that's kind of how I got started. It just kind of makes me feel better when, people feel better about their bodies. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, say that last part again. It skipped a little.
Oh, so I just like when people feel better about their bodies, makes me feel pretty good too as well.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing that. Could you talk a little bit about your journey, like being a 19-year-old, being diagnosed with high blood pressure, like just helping us understand how sometimes genetics do just show up, and like kind of how you pivoted to say, okay, I can have control and like take agency in this. I didn't ask for it. I didn't necessarily anticipate it, but I'm not going to let this set the trajectory of my life.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I always kind of live by, how successful you are in life is how well you can take whatever's thrown at you. So that was thrown at me at a pretty young age. Definitely was not ready for it because I had to get put on medication pretty much immediately since then, which no 19-year-old is really thinking about how many pills they got to take in the morning for their blood pressure. So it kind of really had a very big impact on me because it really, I opened my eyes like, okay, yeah, you're quote unquote in shape and athletic, but there's still stuff that can happen to you. And that's what I want y'all to know. Like, you can be the healthiest, the most fit, you can do the most amount of push-ups, but at the end of the day, there's always going to be just one couple small things, but nobody's ever perfect. And I know Jill preaches that. Nobody's perfect. And so you just got to work through it. And there's different ways that you can kind of help, ease some pain if you have some, or in my case, my blood pressure. So I pretty much try to avoid a lot of salt, sodium, a lot of really kind of sugary stuff. That is also one of my weaknesses too. I like candy, so it's pretty hard. And then make sure I'm eating pretty clean. So really lean meat, chicken, turkey, not a whole lot of going out to eat, fried food, stuff like that, because that can cause me to have a heart attack. And I'm only 23, and I would like to delay that just a little longer.
Yeah, we like you to be here too. So what is eating clean? Like what role does nutrition play in all of this? Can you just kind of give us the basics of nutrition? Like how do we understand that? And we'll kind of walk on that path a little bit.
Yeah. Also about nutrition. Nutrition is where you're going to see the most results. So results in terms of weight gain, weight loss, whatever you want to do. You want to have abs, you want to get bigger legs, whatever you want to do. You want to jump higher. It's all about what you eat. Because you literally are what you eat. If you eat, junk food, going out to eat pizza, stuff like that, you're literally going to feel lethargic and slow and tired and not motivated to do anything. So for those of you all that do that, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just start now. That's it. Just start now. I would say just start out cutting half of that stuff out and keep on how you feel. You will literally feel better. You'll feel more energized. You'll feel like you can pretty much do anything. Get some good sleep and good quality sleep too. I don't know how y'all are sleeping right now. Hopefully y'all sleeping good. Y'all are very young. Y'all should be sleeping good. Should be getting at least 8 hours a day. But I know it sometimes doesn't happen. But nutrition is definitely one of the biggest things in terms of fitness and overall health. I say you take fitness as a whole, you got 100%. 80% is what you eat. 20% is how well and how hard you work out. That's very true. Very true. And I've seen it. Jill has seen it. Clients have seen it. It really does have a very big impact. It causes you really lose like a lot or gain a lot of weight, depending on which way you want to go very quickly. So nutrition is definitely very, very important. Making sure that you're not eating too much of one thing. So you got your carbs, which gives you energy. So that's like, rice, bread, a little bit of sugar as well. You got your proteins. So that's going to be your meats. So like chicken, steak, fish, whatever you like to eat. Some vegan options have protein as well, like beans, or broccoli has protein in it as well. A couple other things asparagus too. Not necessarily as much as meat would, but still a good amount. That's to get your protein. That's what helps build your strong muscles. And then you got your fats. Now you have good fats and bad fats. So you got like bad fats like Popeye's chicken sandwich, which is good but very, very bad. And then you got like good fats like avocado. People wouldn't really think avocado is like necessarily like a fat, but it really is. And so eating a balanced diet helps you get to where you want to go. So you can eat quote unquote healthy and you just eat chicken, and let's say you just eat chicken and brown rice. Pretty good. You're getting good protein, you're getting good carbs, but where are your fruits, vegetables? Where's all that other stuff? It's got to have a whole balanced diet. And also water intake. Be drinking water all the time, every day. Water. Like you don't even need to go buy juice. Just drink the water. But yeah, that's nutrition. That's what plays the most important and most vital role in how well you succeed in your fitness journey. So just remember that nutrition is a very big piece of it.
So in terms of like portions, and we'll get to some questions that we're seeing here in the comments, but like in terms of portion control or like how I should eat, whether that's meal prep or like I should only have this amount of, grains or starches or whatever, like how do we start to slowly change maybe our eating habits? I know my kids, I know they're eating Zaxby's, I know they're eating Chick-fil-A, I know it's takeout Chinese, like it's really kind of whatever, because maybe many of them are not necessarily seeing the physical appearance kind of effects of like poor eating, but like how do we start to change that in a way that is sustainable? Because I think maybe vegan is like cool, it's in, until you have to like commit to these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we say to that?
So I would definitely say your portion so for your meat is pretty much the size of your palm. Now this is just a very general, basic approach to it. So it kind of adjusts depending on different health condition you have, how like light or how heavy you are, how tall you are, stuff like that, and how active you are. If you're playing football player, let's say you got a football player and you have like a dancer. Dancers don't necessarily need to be eating like football players, and football players don't necessarily need to be eating like dancers do as well. Still eating a balanced meal, so got your carbs, fats, and proteins, but the amount of each is a little bit different. So for like just the general basics, you want to have pretty much like a handful of your grains and a handful of your fruits and vegetables, and then a palmful of your meat, and then a good 8 ounces of water. That's just a very standard, very good meal, kind of how to organize your meal. And then you want to eat 3 meals a day. Now, also keep in mind the time of day that you're eating. So let's say y'all go to bed at, most of y'all moms probably make y'all go to bed like 10, probably. My mom did. It was earlier. It was like 8:30. It was early. Right out of practice. Eat, go to bed. So let's say you go to bed at 8. You need to, depending on what you're trying to do, you don't want to be eating too close to when you're going to sleep, especially if you're trying to lose weight, because you will keep that weight on overnight. Because your body will, when you go to sleep, it kind of shuts down, slows everything down, so you don't burn off the stuff that you put in your body. It's like leaving a tank of gas in the car overnight. It's still gonna be just as heavy in the morning because you weren't leaving the car running overnight, because you can't do that because it will die. Just the same as your body. Your body is like a machine. Put the fuel in it, it burns it. Now, if you put too much too late and you sleep on it, you'll gain that weight. So just be careful of that, depending on what time you eat. Now, if you're trying to gain, really doesn't matter what time you're eating. Don't eat too heavy at night, though, just because stomach upset, wake up in the morning, it's not the most comfortable feeling. But definitely, if you're trying to lose weight, 3 hours before you go to sleep, you should be slowing down your eating, only eating very light things, maybe like an apple, some water, nothing too crazy, anything like that. I see a question right here.
Yeah, let's see right here. So how did finding out that you had high blood pressure at 19 affect your faith?
I would say that, well, I didn't let it have an effect because I was like, I'm the type of person that's like, I do all the stuff and stuff kind of still happens sometimes, but it's just how it is. I never let it kind of delay or derail me off of where I was going. I just took the blow, took the hit, and kept moving. And then I made sure that, I prevented future issues from happening by really focusing on my nutrition and my health and my fitness. So that's what it kind of made me, I guess, in a way, more faithful, because I really had to really rely, like I gotta pray for this. Like, I do not want to have a heart attack and I'm 23 years old. Like, I don't want to be on bed rest when I'm 30. So it kind of made me a little bit more faithful.
To that point, like, what encouragement would you have for anyone who does have health conditions, or who does have things that they have to be mindful of in their day-to-day life, specifically related to health or fitness or even mental health? Like, how would you encourage them to kind of push through? Maybe they're not so inclined to just like kind of take it and move forward, but how can they get to that place to kind of get up and do something about it?
I would say the biggest thing is like reaching out. That's kind of what I did. Now I reached out to my family members that had like high blood pressure stuff. If you have any family members or know any mentors, or at this point, you can reach out to me, because we're friends now. I would just reach out. That kind of helped me get through it, understand what it was, because I had heard about high blood pressure, but obviously when you're 19 years old, nobody's thinking they're gonna get high blood pressure. That's like a old people disease. So yeah, that's my Instagram right there. Feel free to reach out to me. If you all have any health conditions, I can probably give you some tips to help you with what you should be doing, what you should be putting in your body, also what you should be avoiding. But yeah, definitely reaching out. That's what helped me. And just keep in the back of your mind that you're not the only one. I'm sure another person, don't know where, has been diagnosed with probably some stuff worse than I have. So just realize it's never the worst. Always kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
So what can we kind of keep before us, like a group of teenagers? This is middle school and high school. Like, what would you advise us as a group to do to start prioritizing our fitness, like taking that seriously? Like, what can we be doing now to actually build sustainable habits, right? Like, we talk about fitness, we should be fit, we have to do PE in school and all these things, but like, what do you think we can do to start taking it seriously so that we don't have to wait for something to happen to be focused about it, or we don't have to wait till we're old and start seeing our beer belly or our guts or muffin tops or whatever it is, to kind of like be like, oh, I want to do this. I guess maybe not being so concerned about our appearance, but like our actual health and lifestyle.
I would definitely say just kind of start getting to the gym. And I'm not saying you have to start out first day, go 110%, because it's just not everybody's inclined to go that hard or know that much about the gym to even do as many complicated workouts as people do. So I'll just say, like, kind of get into the gym, just start it gradually. Don't try to go to the gym 6 days a week. You have to build up to that. I go to the gym 6 days a week, but I've done this for the last 14 years of my life. So a lot of kind of got conditioned to do it. But if you're new to the gym, I would say just start out going 2 days a week. Do some cardio, get on a treadmill, good 5-10 minutes, warm up the body, hit a little workout. If you don't have a workout that you know what to do, if you don't know a workout, go to my Instagram page, fit_press, look at any one of those workouts, quick 15 minutes, and then go home. And do that twice a week. You'll start building up a habit. And you'll honestly probably start liking the gym because you'll feel better. And then you start going more. And then you start going more. And then you just all into fitness. And then shoot, if you want to become a personal trainer, I'll help you along the way. But definitely just building that habit, starting early. Definitely start early, because as you get older and older, you get just life happens. Y'all don't know yet, but life happens. Just anything. And as you get older and older, you start taking on more responsibilities, start having more expensive emergencies. It's a lot of stuff. So building that habit early while y'all are not a stress-free life, but a lot less stress than like a normal 25, 26-year-old, definitely get into the gym and bring your parents with you. If your parents go to the gym, go with them, encourage them to go. Because then you just get a little bit closer, hang with your mom, hang with your dad, cousins, anybody like that.
Yeah, different priorities, different things right now, different stresses that change as you get older. And what better way to have a grasp on your health and your fitness before then. We have a few questions in the comments. One is on Instagram, and then a few are on YouTube. An Instagram question is, can you cure high blood pressure?
Now, you can't cure it. Yeah, you can't really cure high blood pressure. If you can, I have no idea what the research is to do that.
You can manage it, maintain.
Yeah, you can definitely manage it. Now, I have been able to manage it. So I'll give y'all kind of example for numbers wise. So when I first kind of thought I had high blood pressure, I was getting these really bad headaches every now and then during the day. I thought it was pre-diabetes because my whole family has diabetes. So I was like, yep, it's bound to happen. I already knew it. Went to the doctor. Actually, I was in class and we were testing, believe it or not, blood pressure. So I tested my blood pressure. Now, keep in mind, the normal blood pressure is supposed to be 120 over 80. Mine was 164 over 110, which was very, very high. And all I was doing was sitting down. And your blood pressure does change. You know, if you start running, obviously your blood pressure is going to go up. And if you're kind of relaxing, it's going to go back down. But I was just sitting in class, sitting just like y'all are, probably on the couch in a chair at 164 beats or 164 over 110, which that's a really, really high number. So right now, around like 130 over like 90, sometimes 87. So it's significantly lower. Now, it's definitely not perfect by any means, but definitely manageable. So that's how you kind of manage that.
That's super helpful. Thank you for answering that. All right, we have another question. How can I control my diet, or my fitness rather, when my parents control my diet? How can I control my fitness when my parents control my diet? D says, I can always choose my portions, but there isn't really healthy food. Even when I express that I want to eat more healthy, they still make me eat what they cook.
A lot of times, especially with family, it helps to have an outside kind of person come in and have them teach about why you should be eating certain foods and certain things. Because a lot of times people get into this mindset like, okay, I've been eating this for the last however many years, I'm fine. Yes, you're still living. However, you know, over time, stuff gets worse and worse and worse, and you never know until it's too late. And nobody wants that to happen. So I would say definitely bringing in a third party. Let's say if you have like a PE teacher or like science teacher, biology teacher, honestly, because they're pretty much about the body. Or me, I can do it as well. Just kind of having that conversation, and it's a pretty hard conversation to have. A lot of times, like, it's not the easiest thing to try to convince somebody to switch their daily habits, because habits stick very hard, and they're very hard to break. So I would say definitely bring in a third party, but I get how family can be. It's kind of hard to like go against them.
What can we say for people who have, whether knowingly or unknowingly, because I think I had this tendency, whether I knew it or not, and maybe because it didn't look like, I don't know, like my 600-pound life, maybe I didn't think I had the tendency. But for folks who've like learned to have food as comfort, or like food at celebrations, or food at, because I'm bored, or food in the nighttime, like we just eat. Like our culture is very much so like we're just gonna gather and just sit around and eat. But for people who you're sad and so you want to go get some chocolates, or you have a good day and so you want to go splurge on some meal, you have some issues with your boyfriend or your girlfriend and so you want to go get some cupcakes. Like, how do we start to disassociate our emotions, more so even negatively and even positively, from like our eating?
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things to do in terms of like actually like my job, because the United States is just so food oriented. Like, we got celebratory dinners, we got birthday dinners, we got engagement dinners, we got dinners for the most random thing, which is like, I mean, I can't say I don't participate, but it is very hard. And I would say having the knowledge, because knowledge trumps all. No, just the fact that you know that the food is not good for you will kind of help you, even if you don't change right then and there. You'll still be thinking about it. Like, okay, this food's not good for me. This food's not good for me. You're gonna keep saying it to yourself. And then at one point you may see like another story, someone else where they didn't have that knowledge and they ended up losing a family member, losing their own life, losing something significant. And that kind of will have an effect on you. And then at that point, you'll change. Kind of happens in different ways to people. But I would say definitely the knowledge. And then you can get the knowledge from anywhere because I know all y'all got phones.
Yeah, we Google
Literally
and
open up
search
Google,
everything. Yes.
type it in.
There's
But
a
yeah,
follow-up question to that from Instagram. How do you gain a healthy relationship with food? From Janae.
how do you gain a healthy relationship with food? That's a great question. I would say associating it with yourself. So, what I mean by that, let's say, okay, so you have mashed potatoes right over here, and then you have a nice, good chicken Caesar salad. Now, I don't like mashed potatoes, so I would choose chicken Caesar salad, but we're not talking about that.
For us regular folks, like mashed potatoes.
knowing knowing that kind of mashed potatoes, that yeah, you'll eat it, and then kind of knowing what it's going to do to you and really internalizing that will help you kind of build a relationship like, okay, I need to have a good relationship with the stuff I'm putting in my body, not I feel good and it hurts my body. You want to eat good and feel good about what you're eating. So I would say say the question one more time.
Yeah, how do you develop a healthy relationship with food? I think that was right on the target.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would even add to say what's been helpful for me is to realize that I'm eating to live and not living to eat.
Yes.
What I mean by that, like, this is literally so my body can be sustained and like move along. And I know food is good and it tastes good. And we've come up with all these flavors and all these ways to prepare food. And I'm learning that food can still taste good. It might need to taste differently, but food can still taste good and it be enjoyable. But at the end of the day, my goal is not to eat the best possible food that I can before I die, because I might move that date up a lot closer if I'm just focusing on what I'm putting in my body. So developing a healthy relationship with food looks like realizing the purpose of food, which is literally to strengthen and nourish yourself and not to pleasure you. Like, although food can be pleasurable, like that's not the goal. And so when we start to think of food as pleasure or comfort or these kind of sensational feelings, that's when we start having an unhealthy relationship with it, expecting food to be comfort when it's not a person, right? Expecting food to be pleasure when it's not the controller of our emotions, right? And this is why we're going to be talking about our spiritual fitness on Tuesdays, because in a lot of ways, I've talked to people before, like they've gone as far, and this is not like bad or horrible, you're not a bad person or a bad Christian, but like people have gone as far as to like make food their God. God being what? Like something that you worship, something you're always seeking after, something you're always trying to get to, right? And those can like be testaments of like unhealthy relationships. But if we realize the purpose of food, and that is to keep my body going healthily, then I think that'll help us to better like, okay, if this is not going to do that, maybe I should not indulge. Just like people, we talk about people all the time. If you're not better in my life, like maybe I need to move along. Like if you're toxic to me, maybe I need to distance myself from you. And if we begin to like think of food that way as well, I think it could be helpful for that.
Yeah, like try, like every time you're about to go buy something or sit down, eat something, ask yourself, what will this do to me and how will I feel afterwards? Just ask yourself that, because and if you don't know, reach out to me and I'll help you get that knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge is super helpful in this, because I think we've been told like what is healthy or what looks healthy or what appears healthy, and it could not be healthy. Like, I don't know what it was. Minister Carmen, y'all know Miss Carmen, and we're talking to Preston about rice cakes, and he was like, yeah, like that sounds good, but that's still grain. Like that's not healthy. Like you think it is, but it's not. Not only does it have preservatives, but it's a grain. If you eat so many, like it's doing the same thing as you eating like a big bowl of rice. And we were like, this is awkward. But like we think that certain things are healthy, and in moderation they could be okay, but like in excess it ends up not being. So don't think that just because it looks healthy or you saw it on TikTok or this is like a trend of something cute to like eat, then that means that you're gonna be in good shape with it.
And also keep in mind, I am by no means perfect. I do not eat the healthiest every single meal every single day. Like last night was my girlfriend's we went to dinner together, and I had a big 15 or 20 ounce steak and some fries and a glass of wine. So I'm by no means saying that I'm eating every single day, every meal, and not cheating at all. It's just it can't happen like that. Just no way. Human nature, we're just not wired like that. So keep that in mind as well. Like, don't be hard on yourself just because you have like a couple like cheat meals. That's why, like, I've been working with Jill. That's why I'm here to help Jill. Like, a personal trainer is not just to show you how to work out. They'll show you how to change your lifestyle. That's the biggest thing. That's our hardest job, changing people's lifestyles. Because that's what the problems comes down to. It's never, it's you. It's just the way that you live. You live to eat. You got to eat to live.
Super helpful. Ruth asked a question: what are tips for eating healthy on a budget? Most healthy food can be expensive.
That is facts.
Especially as young people.
I know, definitely. That is a very tough question because I kind of went through that and it was hard. And it's hard to, I would say in a quickest, most simple answer, great value. Literally, like, just get the great value stuff. It's significantly cheaper. Don't get the name brand. Don't get like Chef Boyardee or whatever you want to get. Get like the great value stuff, like the non-name brand, because kind of same type stuff, but just not the brand everybody knows and likes. Taste may
be better than junk either way.
Yeah, better than junk. And I do get sometimes, especially, I don't know what y'all age or how old some of y'all, how young some of y'all are, and with like getting a job and how accessible that is. If you have a car, if you don't, if you're able to get one, if you're not able to get one, so that's kind of very difficult in that situation. I would say the way that you can is really changing the mindset of your parents if they have not so good mindset on food, like the question before, like wanting to eat healthy food. But I would say, yeah, definitely change your parents' mind, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that have the money to get the food that you're eating. So go to the source where the money's coming from, change that mindset. I would say that's the best thing to do. And if you can't do it yourself, I'm here to do that as well.
Super helpful. I think that's a good place for us to kind of put a pin in it and continue next week. I hope you guys are, like, your gears are going now. I hope you guys are thinking about new questions and new things related to fitness. Maddie on Instagram said, I go to Aldi for fruit. They're relatively cheaper. Yeah, so you can also shop at different places like Kroger. Like, I'm a Kroger girl through and through, because you get the little points and you actually get a discount. Publix gives you points, but they don't give you discounts, right? Like Walmart, I don't even think they have a point system or discount system. So also thinking about like what your grocery stores are in your area, et cetera, and doing what you can, like choosing, the best preparation. Maybe if you can't buy fresh vegetables or whatever, maybe you have canned, but maybe you don't use like butter and stuff to season it, or like, there's other ways that you can kind of like, do what you can until you can't. And hopefully, there'll continue to be ways made for you to eat healthier, even though, it can be expensive to do so. Do you know anything about chlorophyll water, Preston? That was a question asked. That feels like a trend. We can get back to you next week on that.
Well, no, I actually used to drink chlorophyll water.
Okay.
I don't know if you all know Erykah Badu, her son, 7. I went to school with him. We were best friends. Went to go to their house. That's all we used to drink, chlorophyll water, because they're very like holistic, earthy. Now, I will say I'm not sure about all the benefits that it does have. I know that chlorophyll is pretty much like the blood of plants, and plants are generally, very lively. They grow, and kind of plant-based diets are very healthy as well. So I would say, don't take it for what it is. I'm not an expert. I would just say you can drink it, definitely in moderation. Moderate anything, honestly. Too much excess of anything, even if it's the healthiest thing, is always bad. So I'll just say in moderation, but definitely just get down to the basics. Can't get better than water. Can't get better than water.
And that's something I always have to keep at the forefront of my mind, because I hate drinking water, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Is there any final comments y'all have before we make a transition to a conclusion? Preston, I want to say thank you so much for kicking us off this week. I just feel like I'm extending a part of myself to them. You have been so, I've told you privately, but I'll say publicly as well. Like, you've been so transformative, not only in this like place in my life, but in this journey of fitness and nutrition and mental health, y'all. One of the biggest things that I will always remember Preston said to me on our first day of consultation is he asked about my mental health. He was like, where are you mentally? And like, how do you feel right now? Because I know that this fitness journey is just as much mental, if not more, than it is physical. And if you're not in a space, where you want to be, like, I want to cater to that as well. I want to work on that because I know that you'll only continue to progress if you're in a mental space. And like, when I started, y'all know my story. This ain't nothing new. Like, when I started working out, like, I was just coming out of like a lot of grief, loss of close family, friends, family members, like parents divorce, like dad having kids, like all of these things. And I did not feel like I could like persevere in anything. I did not feel like I had will. I did not feel like I had drive. I did not feel like I had the ability. Like, I was so broken down by just like things of life that I did not even know that I could succeed at anything. And what this fitness journey has taught me and showed me, regardless of how many pounds I've dropped off the scale or how well I eat on a particular week, is Preston has helped me see and even be reminded that like I can do something. I can push through. I can show up on hard days and do what I can, give my best, and like make it up another day. And that was a confidence booster that I needed because I wasn't working out, probably not because I was particularly lazy or whatever. I just didn't believe that I could do it. I just didn't feel like I had enough drive and endurance. And he's been so helpful in that. So I want y'all, as we conclude, to really take an assessment of your mental and spiritual health at this moment and at this time. Like, as we talk about fitness, we don't want this to be something that's a fad. We don't want this to be something that's just what you're doing because we're talking about it for our church theme, but this is legitimately a lifestyle. There are so many holistic benefits to fitness and nutrition and working out in a way that can go beyond just you looking good for your hot girl summer. Okay. So I want y'all to really, really internalize this. Come with more questions next week. Come with your fitness gear, with your yoga pants, with your basketball shorts, with your t-shirts, whatever. Like, you don't have to look a particular way, but come next week so that we can participate with one another. What we're going to do is next week, we're going to stream regularly on YouTube and Instagram, but we're also going to give you guys a Zoom option because Preston wants to be able to be face-to-face with you. We would love if y'all could come on camera and just kind of work out with us. It'll still be streamed out, so don't worry or stress if you don't have access to Zoom or you just hate it so much that you can't acquiesce for one Sunday. But if you can, we're going to ask y'all to get on Zoom, and it'll still be streamed live from the Zoom room, and we'll have a good time working out and just getting some introductory tools and resources. Please, please, please follow Preston at FitPress on Instagram. He uploads videos, conversations, workouts, like daily things, just little things you can do all from home, y'all. I want y'all to know, like, you don't have to have a whole bunch of machinery to do these things. He gives holistic workouts for everybody at different stages and levels and access to resources. So I just hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank y'all for being super interactive with your questions. Preston, do you have anything before we conclude?
No, if I could take more questions if y'all have any, if time allows. But yeah, if y'all need me, definitely reach out to me on Instagram at PHIT_PRES. Yeah, definitely here to help.
Awesome. Thank y'all. We're going to pray out and then we'll stick around a little bit if anybody has any like one-on-ones that they want to ask. I will see y'all on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Let's pray. God, thank you so much for this time. Thank you for using Preston in this way, God, to really speak to us and support us in our various fitness journeys. God, let us be encouraged by getting our fitness together. Let us be encouraged by eating well and having good nutrition. Let this be a lifestyle and not just a trend, not just a fad, not just something we're doing because Pastor said this is the theme of the month. But Lord, literally transform our entire souls, our entire spirits, and our bodies, that we might be able to have the fortitude and the endurance and the discipline to persevere even when we don't feel like it, even when we've kind of fallen off. God, let us get back on the horse and dust ourselves off and try again, as Destiny Child so wonderfully says. God, I just pray that you would be in us, be in our bodies, God. Influence our parents, give them an open perspective for fitness and health. Let us be a catalyst for health and fitness and wellness in our homes, that we might all do it together with our family members. We might eat better, we might work out, even if that's starting with just taking walks around the block. And I just pray that this this would be an awesome opportunity for us to make decisions now as teens that we might be prepared for whatever life has coming our way. Bless Preston in a special way, oh God. Order his steps, supply all of his needs, his dreams and his goals. Do more than he could ever imagine. And just thank you for his faithfulness. We love you and we honor you. Bless each and every person here today. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, y'all. See y'all this week. If you have other questions, things you want to say or share with Preston, feel free to do so. We will stay around for a little while.
So now listen, this is my song, Better. I love this joint. My girl Jane killed it. Everybody shout out for Jane. Let's go, yeah. Someday, not in the morning, trying to talk to nobody. I never broke, and I've been feeling real inside lately. Doing too much on the daily. Everybody wants too much from me. What? When am I gonna get a break? Music, church, ministry. Oh, is somebody gonna go in the bed?
So we've got a question. Any tips for military members? Ruth is in the military now, and so she's gone through like basic training and all these things. So she's been in a very physically intensive space, but anything for her maintenance and keeping up with that as she continues on her career journey.
Definitely for military, your recovery. So like how much rest you're getting. Because I know y'all be up crack dawn, y'all go all day, don't stop. There's a couple of breaks. But I know like y'all's rest is not the most optimal. I know this because I wasn't in the military, but I did a lot of like different programs for like the Coast Guard, stuff like that. And so we were kind of immersed in, I guess we were literally in the military for about 3 weeks. So we did the 4 a.m. PT and all that kind of stuff for those 3 weeks. So the biggest thing is definitely make sure you're getting your rest. Stretching will help as well, which is muscle recovery. So you're not as sore, not as tired the next day. And then definitely when y'all eat, just eat not everything, but eat everything that you need to sustain stuff that y'all doing. Because I know y'all are burning a lot of calories, running, push-ups, obstacle courses, hikes with the rucking, the rucksack, all of that. I already know. I have experience with all that. So yeah.
Cool. Lauren has a question on Instagram. Any tips for drinking more water? That's for me too.
Those those bottles. Everybody knows
With
bottles.
The markers, yeah.
The markers. That helps. I still have yet to order mine. I got to order mine because it's hard for me to drink water too. But kind of just starting out, one right when you wake up, and one right before you go to bed. Glass of water or like a bottle of water.
Oh, that's helpful. Okay.
Like kind of just starting with that. So you're already getting the mindset of starting day water, end of day water. So then throughout the day, you're drinking that gallon of water to help you. And also water helps clear your skin.
Yeah, it does.
That as I increase my water intake, skin just and you just feel better. All them toxins, all those sugars, and be careful of liquid calories. That's the biggest thing that nobody talks about. It is, the fried foods and going out to eat, but it's the liquid calories because it's so easy to drink like a Coke. It's so easy to drink like Calypso, whatever. It's so easy to drink it. And those calories can add up.
How do we we just choose water? Just don't order it? Like what?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I would say definitely increments. So let's say, for example, you drink 10 glasses of something in a day. Couples water, couples milk, couples whatever. Of those 10 that are not very healthy liquids, so like sodas or juice, really sugary juice and stuff like that, let's take some of those. Let's say you have 6 out of the 10. So you drink 4 glasses of water each day, but you drink 6 glasses of bad stuff. Let's cut that 6 down. Let's cut it down to 4. And just do that for maybe a month. Next month, go down to 3. Do that for a month. Go down to 2, go down to 1. Sooner or later, you're just drinking water, and over time, you're building that habit, so it becomes easier and easier. That's a very practical, literal way to approach it.
How do we like stay consistent in anything related to fitness?
Accountability partner. Yeah, accountability. Like, I'm on Jill a lot. She knows. And some people have to get on me about like drinking water, making sure that I actually get my rest because I tend to just go hard until I just fall out. So just having that accountability, whether it be your parents, your friends, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, accountability partner.
Cool. Cool.
Real friends will hold you accountable too.
Say it again.
I said real friends will hold you accountable too.
They will. I got one sitting over here. Lauren has another question. Is it okay to put drops in water for flavoring? It doesn't have calories. Oh, Kenya asked. Yep. Oh, Kenya asked. You know, Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was making the church connection.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Kenya. Is it okay for flavoring? Now this Kenya goes to Preston too. Everybody get on Fit Press. Okay, thanks.
I would say, did you ask me if it like affects the water? Like,
yeah, or like our health. Like, is that bad?
So it's not bad, but it's not the best. So it's kind of like on a different tier. So you have soda, drinking the additives in the water is better than drinking soda, but water is going to be better than additives. Now I get it; it is hard because water has no taste, and so sometimes it's pretty hard to drink water.
Yeah.
But especially if like people are trying to like lose weight, I would say you can do it, but do it like incrementally, like kind of maybe cut it a little bit every 2 weeks. It's a little bit less. Like, I don't know, like maybe what's that company, Mio? Little drink things like you pour in there. I say definitely don't do too much because then at that point it's just you might as well just go to 7-Eleven and get Calypso or something like that, or Minute Maid. Because the biggest thing is the sugar that it has in it.
Got it.
Biggest thing is sugar.
Janae on Instagram asks, is watching a show like My 600-Pound Life an unhealthy way to motivate you? Or like, do you have any comments about that show?
So it depends on the person that you are. I do think it can scare people into fitness. And if you get into fitness being scared of getting 600 pounds, then that's your journey. I got scared of having a heart attack when I was 25. So I started focusing on that. So it depends on the person that you are. Now I say it can be kind of unhealthy because you kind of associate, really like extreme cases of obesity. And you kind of think about it as a common thing. And it's not, but it is at the same time, because obesity is a common thing, but that level,
their scale,
pounds, that is very it's not that common, but it's very serious though. So I say just kind of be careful with that in terms of that aspect. Don't watch the show thinking you're going to be 600 pounds if you eat a certain thing, because that's what you don't associate with bad food as the worst possible thing ever. It can lead to that if you kind of overeat for a long, long time, but don't associate it with, because it's not good. It's just not good mentally to think that way.
Yeah, like a lot of their stories started when they were young. There were a lot of factors that contributed to that. A lot of factors that really didn't start with fitness or health. Like it was like a lot of like trauma and other things that pushed them to a place to eat that over time. Like you don't often see 600-Pound Life episodes on a 20-year-old. Not that it's not possible, but these people are 50 years old who have over time continued these bad habits, who have no accountability and who often have enablers. Now, shout out to the biggest food. They got a spouse, they got a little side piece. God bless y'all, because some of us out here struggling and y'all got them. But those people are often people who are feeding them, they're cooking for them, etc. So there's a lot of factors that are a part of that. So just always keep that in mind as you're assessing it as well, that it doesn't just happen. There's a lot of things to go.
For sure. Like a good rule of thumb, at first don't cut off your enablers, try to change their mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So don't just cut them off, because if your enablers are your parents, don't just cut off your parents.
Right.
I don't know how old some of y'all are. Some of y'all not old enough to just cut
You
off your
need them.
parents
You
and be
need them.
fine.
Yeah.
So change your enablers mindset, even if it's your parents. Sometimes you gotta have the conversation. If you don't feel comfortable having that hard conversation, I'm perfectly comfortable having that hard conversation, because at the end of the day, it's gonna help. It's gonna help them. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, about that.
Cool. Anyone else? I see some numbers are still here, but y'all have anything? Any comments? Any thank yous? I mean, we're just here at this point. I think they're dried up. Again, you guys will have an opportunity next week, Lord willing, all things considered, to ask Preston some more questions, and then we'll do our fitness demonstration as well. So that'll be a good time. We'll be able to move along. Okay, one more question. Janae asks, how do you get over sugar addiction?
Increments.
Yeah.
I used to be very bad. Like, those 2-pound bag of the big huge bags of like Sour Patch Kids. I used to go through
Yeah.
those. I used to go through those in a day. Like that's how
Wow.
bad. And
Okay.
so I kind of started cutting back. I started trying to replace those things with a little bit healthier options, like maybe like some fruit, so like really sweet, maybe like a smoothie. That's what I did a lot. That helped me, because I like really sweet things. And so I kind of translated that to smoothies, and then I was eating kind of less candy. And then at a certain point, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna cut candy bag. So I just did it straight up, kind of cutthroat and dry. And everybody able to do it like that. So I would say incrementally. So again, give you a very practical example. Let's say you have 7 days in a week. You eat candy 6 of those days. Let's eat candy 5 of those days. Then 4. Then 3. Then you can go even deeper. Take 1 day. Let's say within that 1 day of those 6 days that you eat candy, you eat 3 bags of whatever. Let's go to 2 bags. A couple weeks later, goes to 1 bag. And then take that bag out, and then that's the day gone. And you keep doing that. That's how you can do that. That's a very practical way to do it.
That's helpful. Instagram comments are saying great insight. Thank you so much. Much needed conversation. I'm gonna have this last question for myself, and then we will conclude officially. But just for the remainder of people who are here, how many times should we be eating a day? And like at those times, what or portions or whatever? Like people used to say 3 square meals. People say 3 meals with snacks in between, 5 meals including snacks. Like what are we supposed to eat?
So it is going to depend on your activity level. But generally speaking, you want to get at least 3 meals, because when you do like 2, a lot of times the time in between each meal is a very lengthy amount of time.
Yeah.
So like you eat in the morning, and then probably won't eat till like, let's say you eat at like 8 in the morning for breakfast, probably eat till like end of the workday at like 5.
Yeah.
What that does is slow your metabolism down and not helps you. It hurts you because you hold weight easier. So you hold those calories, you hold the fat, you hold all the bad stuff on your body a lot easier than you would if you were eating 3 meals a day, kind of at a consistent schedule. So like 8, let's say like 12, and then 5, kind of like that. And then definitely not eating too late. The more often you eat, the more you can increase your metabolism. So your metabolism is how many calories you burn literally sitting in a bed all day, not doing anything. However many calories you burn in that day is kind of like your metabolism. So you can increase that, burn more calories, or slow it down, burn less calories. So definitely want to increase that. So you're just burning more fat while you're going throughout your day.
Boom. Super helpful. Super helpful. I hope y'all wrote that down. I think these are, again, great foundational tools for us to just kick this journey off. And I'm just super grateful for the opportunity to be a resource who's connected to someone who knows all of this wonderful, wonderful information. I didn't say this, but Preston is a graduate of Hampton University, period, y'all. And he studied and has his degree in all things that have equipped him to be able to start his own business and commit to this fitness journey and help others get their lives together to commit to their fitness journey. So he's well informed, well studied, well trained. And I always appreciate people who take their craft very seriously and get all the information and wisdom and education that they can. Because everyone makes it seem like you could be a trainer these days. And that's
Yes, please, please. My industry, like fitness industry, is very saturated. I'm not saying don't listen to anybody, but like take what you hear and kind of don't just
back up a credible source.
Back it.
Yeah,
back it. So like what I'm giving y'all, I'm not giving y'all anything that's like researched a whole lot. This is all like just very general knowledge. But yeah, still free to like kind of research. Like definitely the push control, it kind of varies depending on your age, your stature, your activity level. But yeah, so just not every personal trainer is a good personal trainer. I would say definitely go by their clients. Ask their clients. That's usually a good sign. The clients have a good time, then training gonna have a good time.
Awesome. Well, y'all have his information here at FitPress on Instagram. Feel free to ask him questions. Can they DM you?
Yeah.
Okay. Send him a DM and just kind of let him know how to support you and what your needs are. If you want to send it to me and I pass it off, I'm here to be a conduit for all that you guys need. We already prayed, so we're not going to do that again. I mean, nothing wrong with prayer, but we've closed out. Again, hope to see you guys, the remainder of you guys, on Tuesday, and we'll meet Preston back here next week. Same time, same place. All right. Look out for the Zoom information. We'll send it out per usual, and y'all are really great about getting it. All right. Have a good one, y'all.